Okay, Aries. Let's see what's going on for you guys the second week of March. Interestingly enough, today's March 6th. I always usually do your readings a day in advance before I launch them, but today happens to be the actual day of your reset. And today is the day where Venus pops on into your sign and we got retrograde. So let's see what's going to show here for you guys. What's going on here for my Aries, please? Okay. Well, this is interesting. Who's here lying or withholding the truth? All right, so I see you having stress, anxiety, sleepless nights. Some of you are having a lack of communication here with somebody, and or someone here is lying. They're not telling the truth. And you're probably sensing it, and you kind of don't know what to do about it. Because you know. And you're like, oh my God. Um, this is why today, March 6th, is such an important day for Aries, because this is the day you start realizing a lot of shit, Aries. This is like the period where you guys all start feeling like you're either going to solidify something or you're going to cancel it out. You're debating if you're going to give it a chance or numb it out completely altogether and be like, you know what? No. Because there's two things that are happening to you simultaneously. As there are people that are coming to your mind, Aries, that you just, it's been itching you on the inside. You've been knowing for a while that it's not working or it's not for you. It's canceling out. Then there's this other group of people or situation that you feel like you've been naturally and or slowly gravitating towards. So this you already know on an innate level the direction you're headed into. You might have even made that decision to do that too, but you're being quiet. You're not saying anything because you still have to handle this thing that you kind of want to cancel out, but you're not sure. So this thing where this ace of swords is interesting to me, because even though you know that there's some bullshit going on here and it's stressing you out, maybe you need them, maybe you have to deal with them. I don't know. But for now, you're keeping your focus. You're keeping on agenda. You're saying to yourself, well, at end of day, there's a lot of shit I need to do. So I'm going to keep it focused. I'm going to keep it real, regardless of the positive and the negative. I'm going to still do me. So I just feel like Aries, you're just, I don't want to call it a warpath. I do and I don't. I want it's like a warpath but with a plan, right? You're being strategic in a way. You're being methodical. And this is what the last 10 years taught you anyway. Especially 2024 and 2025. That taught you a lot of shit. That's why this year is a huge pivotal year for you guys. What's coming in for Aries? And today marks the day. Simply. All right. And I think now your eyes are starting to open up real wide. Real wide. You're just like, strength is here, Leo energy. Four of Pentacles. You're resisting something, yet you're holding on to something. And the Empress. And this is what I was feeling with my whole little speech to you guys. The Empress, knowing your worth and your value. But this makes me feel it's more about what you want to bring into your world, what you want to produce, what you want to bring into your reality. And I think this is you making those plans. Some of you, if I was to be direct, you're using all your strength and your power and your might. Some of you are saving money to do this thing, and you might want to do it alone, or you're just kind of like you have this plan and there's things you want to do for your future, and this is what you're doing. Oh yeah, 100%. Look at this, the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck. You're elevating, guys. You are taking things to the next level. You are upgrading, whether it's your car, your house, yourself. You go to the gym, you take care of you. Whether it's your job, your career, you're taking care of you. Whether it's a relationship with somebody that you've been developing, you're still taking care of you and now them. You're really starting to understand the difference in the world of love too, by the way. It's like you're no longer in that place where, you're not just saying to yourselves, oh, I want to be loved and I want to love back. Now you're saying to yourself, well, actually, who actually loves me? Who loves me? Or do they just love me for what I can do for them? That's a big fucking difference, Aries. So when you start looking at that, you're like, wait a minute. I think they love me for what I can do for them. I don't know if I like that. That is that weird subconscious innate thing that's coming out and it's bubbling up for you. So that's what I was trying to say earlier about you canceling things out and you moving into the direction of people that you're starting to vibe with, right? Because the Four of Wands comes after the three. The threes are the things we develop. So if you're seeing somebody, dating somebody, or you're taking steps or measures to elevate yourself in a career or a relationship, this is it. This is like lovers going to boyfriend, girlfriend. This is you being like, a novice at your job to going on to the next level and getting promoted. Whatever it is, it's an upgrade. Right? And we'll see more when we clarify. That's crazy to me. And this is also going to bring in that stability that you seek. But now you want it all, and you know that you're capable of it. You do. Love, work, friends, family, you know you can have it all. And now you're onto that dynamic. But what you're doing before you jump ahead, you're prioritizing, you're planning, and you're creating. So let's see what the surprise is this week. This I like because this, whatever this is the trigger point. The Ace of Swords in reverse. I can't wait to clarify that. What's the surprise here for Aries, please? Second week of March. March is everything for you guys. Everything. By the end of it, you will have like some serious confidence. Oh my God, speaking of confidence, shit. Look at this. The Emperor's here. And by the way, the Empress. Talk about power couple. Talk about power players. Talk about business power. Guys, you're bossing up, you're leading. You're starting to create those formalities that I was just talking about for you. This is the legacy stuff I was talking about. It gets initiated this week. This, before it was thinking, before it was wishing, before it had ideas. Now it's like, it has potential. It doesn't have potential. It has more than potential because now you're doing it, right? And I love it because you're paving the way with stability. Queen of Pentacles. You're done. You know who you are. You know what you want. And you're going for it. Aries, look at this. The Queen of Pentacles, she's nurturing. She's loving. She's kind. She's caring. She is the female in the card. This is you, male or female, whatever your pronoun is. This is you. The kings are the other people. It's not a private reading. If it was, I would speak in the divine masculine, divine feminine form. In this case, because it's a large audience, I'm telling you this is you. You guys are bossing up, you're leading, and you're creating stability for yourself. Those who want to be in my world, those who want to be in my life, I will nurture you. I will take care of you. I will love you to the end of days, and that's it. If you show me the same, you're in my world. If you do not, goodbye. You're making judgment calls. You're making decisions. Look at this. You're never going to be happier. The Sun. Because it feels good knowing where you're going. And you know it's not about the end result either. You know it's about the journey. And the fact that you know where you're going and what you're doing and how you feel about you and what you want is going to make you feel really good and proud of yourselves. Because you're going to be sitting there saying to yourself, you know what? I went through hell and back, but here I am. I'm still here. I'm still fighting. I'm still churning it out. I love it. You will love it. I'm telling you, this is how you're going to feel. What is the advice here for Aries? It is now the time you have to cut those losses. Five of Swords. You have to make those sacrifices. I'll give you an extreme example. You're dealing with two people, you know you have to let one go. The grass isn't greener on the other side. It's where you water it. So if you keep watering one lawn, you will produce that lawn, right? Risk I'll take, right? I have a corporate job. I would do this on the weekends, and I would only do like 3 or 4 or a handful of signs. Taking the risk, I do this now full time, right? Do I know what it's going to give me in the future? No, I don't. Do I know that I needed to make time for it? Of course I did. So I had to sacrifice the corporate thing. Is it a risk? Sure it is. But I knew I needed to do it because I believe in myself. I believe in the things that I can and cannot do because I know that I will spring forward. And I also know, and I have the foresight and the vision of the future. I know the future's changing. How do I fit in that future? These are the things we have to think about when we're sitting there saying, oh, I got to make a sacrifice. You know, you might lose a battle, but you're going to win the war. That's what this is. It's losing a battle, but winning a war. I'm sacrificing certain comforts for myself this year so I can have those comforts later on. It is the same thing in relationships. You are sacrificing things that you know will turn toxic for you, or you will lose, your inner peace or your sleep at night. Things that are not healthy for you, you've got to start cutting those losses out. All right? I think you already know this. I'm telling you, you're sensing it already and you're taking those methodical steps to do so. Maybe you're just trying to figure out how, right? But you know. So let's see. I personally feel you're going to do the slow and steady thing, but let me see. I don't see those cards yet. I just see big boss moves. Look at it. There's a lot of court cards here. So this is you dealing with people, you dealing with things that you know that are the initiating stage of you putting people into boxes. Okay, you belong here, you belong there. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then once you lay the groundwork, I think you're going to start moving forward, Aries. Let me see what the outcome of the week is. You're really struggling, though, to make a choice. 1 minute you have it in hand and the next you don't. Trust me when I tell you, start making your big moves after the 20th, after the retrograde, because this retrograde is forcing everybody to do the old thing, the old pattern, the old ways of thinking. That thing you used to rely on that worked for you in the past, that's what it does. It kind of pulls you back, but it shouldn't. It should pull you back to remind you, why it didn't work, right? What is this? The Chariot was in reverse, Cancer energy. The fact that you're going to get torn over here at the end of the week, not knowing what choice to make, will throw you off kilter. It will throw you off track, meaning you're going to lose a little focus. So it's something that seeing this in your tarot reading, I would look at that and be like, oh my God, I have to stay grounded, knowing that that's what's going to happen to me. So when you're going to be struggling to make a choice between a path and a person and a situation, it's going to throw you off focus, right? You're going to go into hermit mode. You're going to start stalking, doing a little bit of homework, kind of giving in, giving up kind of vibe. There's my slow and steady card. I think that by the 3rd week of March, everything changes and you start moving forward. But because we are still in heavy retrograde periods, our exes come back. Our old ways of thinking come back, right? And not everything is meant to come back. It comes back so it can remind us what we learned, why we didn't like it, and what needs to be done. Okay. Debating which deck to use. This one. So let's see what's going on here for my Aries. What is this Ace of Swords? And the 9 of Swords. I was looking at your major arcanas, which is Aries, Taurus, Cancer, and Leo's here. Some earth. All right, 3 of Cups, reconciliation, and the 10 of Swords. 4 of Pentacles. Aries, I think you're holding on to some ex or old thing, right? Or old job or old career or some sort of situation, and it's stressing you out. But there's a lack of communication for some of you here with this person who, potentially you tried a reconciliation or you want a reconciliation, but it seems like it's ending instead. Somebody here is not forthcoming with any kind of communication. So it's killing this reconciliation for you. Unfortunately. Tell me more about the Ace of Swords. I'm just curious, Spirit. King of Wands. 7 of... This person is being very defensive instead. justice, something about court or fair, being fair, balanced, honest, or even literal court like divorce. This person's being very defensive. Well, nothing like those vibes I talked about earlier. That's the situation. Let's see the future stuff. Why is strength here? The Empress and the Four of Pentacles. Please clarify this for Aries, second week of March, spirits and angel guides. Good spirits, please, only. Yes, Ten of Pentacles in reverse. This is like a breaking up of a marriage or a commitment or a job that you used to have that paid well. Judgment in reverse. I wanted to say poor judgment here in this, and I do see you holding on to this. Some of you, if this is a job loss and you were debating it for a while, maybe the decision was taken from you. Either way, now because of this, you're saving kind of money, but you're also saying to yourself, I need to use the strength and my power right now so I can create the things that I do want from my future, because you were resisting this. You were hesitating. This is like when I see the Empress and Cross, it means one minute you're feeling your power and your worth. The next minute you're doubting yourselves. So you hold on, you cling on. This is the what the retrograde is doing to you. All right, it's an influence, it's a feeling. So as is above is below. But I'm telling you, as this is falling apart for you, you're not making a choice or a decision, so it's being made for you. So you're still holding on because for many reasons. Some of you, it is money and you don't know what the future holds and you don't know what's going to happen. Others of you, it's a person that you're holding on to. Because maybe you have fear that you're not going to find somebody else, or I don't know, you think it might change in the future. But you are mentally disengaging. I'm telling you, you guys are going to do that energy vibe I was talking about. You're going to understand the difference between people who love you, willing to work with you, versus the people you feel like they love what you can do for them. So let me see what the Emperor is. And the Queen of Pentacles. Two of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. All right, so let's talk about energy frequency and vibration of these two people, right? Because this could be, if this is you, one and the same, this is you just bossing up and leading, trying to find your stability, but you are torn as to what to do, so you're keeping your head down. Eight of Pentacles, just churning it out. You're like, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing because this is all I know to do, right? So you're carrying small energy by communicating on a very, very low level. But you're over it, okay? So what was I talking about? Frequency. Now say you're dealing with another person. You're like, I am an emperor and I keep having this like king and queen vibe energy come at me, and that's not what I want for me, and it's not what I want for my future. It's like I'm here and they're here and they refuse to meet me here. They refuse to level up. They refuse to come here with me. They just want to stay here. And that's what the Page of Cups makes me feel like. Some of you could be dealing with children too, which is an issue, and then you're torn because of the child that could be involved. That's not everybody. It's just something I felt for some of you. It's something to do with child support or some helping a child. Now, going back to the frequency thing, you're vibing at an emperor level, but this person is trying to be a king or queen, not come up to you. So you're struggling to decide. Some of you, it's between two people or with or without, right? So you're like, okay, I'll just keep doing me. I'll keep doing what I used to do. That's not going to work anymore. And the planets are going to show you that this week. But what's fascinating is the way that you are tempering your feelings, your emotions, your self-control, And that's all helping with Venus come into, highlight your sign. And the interesting part is with Venus, it just, when you get this moment of peace and calm, because right now you don't have it with the Nine of Swords. When you do, when you finally come to midweek and you start calming down or you start finding this moment of clarity, Venus is helping you show you what real love is, how it's supposed to feel, how it should be. And it's coming in to help guide you along your way, right? Because I see you right here emotionally not fulfilled. You're like, I mean, I'll stack the cups here. I'll even wait and see if they fill them, but they're not. And then you realize it's the end of a chapter. Guys, how many red flags do you have to see? It's not a field of poppies. It's red flags. Sometimes it's just like it is what it is. I'm not going to say anything else other than helping you understand why you're feeling the way you're feeling because of the retrogrades and because of Venus. And Venus is helping you guide your way. It's meant to give you actually a lot of luck, guys, especially in the world of relationships. When you start realizing who actually loves you, who's actually here for you, you're going to be able to do this thing in your advice position, the Five of Swords. And sometimes if it's not about love for some of you guys out there, it's about what you love to do for your career, for yourself, for your job, for your future, right? What is the Five of Swords here in the advice for Aries? You must have been feeling a certain kind of way these past few weeks. There's no way you haven't. That was your frequency and your vibration changing. For some of you, it's been very intense. For others of you, it's been not as heavy. Some of you, I told you, it's been coming in the form of dreams. Others of you, it's feeling uncomfortable, feeling sad for no reason, feeling like aches, pains in your joints. You're vibrating at a different frequency. It's literally not just mentally and spiritually. Part of your body's actually physically changing too, because it's attuning to the new frequency of the new you that's trying to erupt. You'll see what I mean as the months go by. You'll be shocked and surprised. Now, Seven of Wands. You do need to do a few things here. All of what's happening here, especially with Venus that I was just talking about, gracing you. The Wheel of Fortune, which is fate working on your behalf, using 3 fates, in fact, to move your life forward so it doesn't stagnate, so it does change, so it does elevate, okay? It's telling you that you need to defend yourself or resist the bullshit or resist anything that's toxic for you. It's time to cut those losses, all right? Because the Wheel of Fortune says, I'm triggering all of this, Aries, so you do this. Please do this. It's for your betterment. It's to bring you back up to being that Empress we were just talking about. All right, let's see what's going on here. Why is Chariot in reverse? This is like, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Let's see why you're taking 1 step back. Clarify the Chariot in reverse and the Two of Swords. Too many, Spirit. I know it's one of those cards in the clump. Thank you. I knew it. The Hermit came out again, and this was at the bottom of the deck when I initially picked these out. You really need to make the wise choice now, that wise decision. Take some time out for yourself. I know it's about your marriage or your commitment to something. Overall, Aries, this whole entire week, it's kind of like, I hate to say this, this might sound morbid, but maybe necessary. This is where you say goodbye to your old life. And this is where you say hello to the new one. All right? Because when you rebuild yourself or you remake yourself and the path and the journey you're about to take, you're A, going to meet different people, or B, you need different people on that path, or, the type of people that will be understanding or accepting of this new version of you that's trying to erupt. We always need supporters, right? Like my kid, for example, she has dreams. I may or may not agree with them, but I support them. Okay. This is what you're going to need as an adult for yourself and your life. This is what you will need. Those friends, those lovers, those, family figures, the ones that are going to help you highlight the positive features of you, because there's a new version of you that's erupting. And this is the week where it all begins. It started in different ways in January and February, but this is different. This is more now you on a solo level. All right? Because it is about commitment in marriage or something that you're committed to, like your career. And the Six of Swords talks about you mentally disengaging and moving forward to something less chaotic. You know what the chaos is. You know the crazy. It's right here. It's showing you with the Ace of Swords in reverse, and you're slightly holding on to something that you had, built and worked on. Listen, if that person can do the same thing you're doing, rebuilding, growing, challenging themselves and saying, hey, I'll support you. Hey, I'm going to do the same thing with you. Then you know this person's right for you because they love you and they care about you and they want to be with you to do those things. And they, them too, are willing to change because you're about to get challenged, Aries, in huge fundamental ways for your growth, right? And not in bad ways. So a lot of you guys out there are taking it the wrong way. It's not meant to hurt you. It's meant to define you in the most amazing type of way. So with that said, let's see what we're going to talk about for love in the extended. What are we going to talk about this person that Aries is dealing with? Spirit, the person Aries is thinking about, please show me. I was going to say, you don't want to show me? Okay. Now tell me, separate spirit, for Aries, any other message you want to give them in regards to love. By the way, the person you're thinking about and what you're dealing with, you deserve love. Hello. They love what you do for them. Any other message you want to give them, Spirit? Wow. Soulmate. Who is your soulmate? Where is your soulmate? We'll see in the extended. We'll clarify. We'll deep dive there. For those here for health and wealth, what advice should we give them, Spirit, for Aries, please? Big week, Aries. Big week. Okay, what did you get? Organized for success. Who? Aries unorganized? You know what's funny? You guys are the most organized, unorganized zodiac sign in the whole wheel. It's the funniest thing. I can't even begin to describe it or explain it. Maybe you can for me down below, but you guys are most organized, disorganized. You love to coordinate the shit out of something, but then, you also let something go. Do not let the word organize intimidate you, as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. Organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living and workspace, and your finances will help you know and plan your next action steps. I swear to God, it works. Excuse me, I should not swear. Sorry, God, sorry, angels. But it works. It truly does. Organize your space. Feng shui the shit out of it. I'm telling you, it mentally just helps. Just not only that, I know that you're trying to clear your thoughts right now, Aries. When I was looking at the Nine of Swords, when the start of the reading, when you can break things down and organize them and say, this is how I'll target each problem, you start feeling so much better. So much better. All right, guys, this is what I have for you this week. I hope this helped, and I will see everyone on the next one.